Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day so far. So it's Straddle44 here with another video, of course. Now, basically, in today's video is going to be talking about two main things. One is, of course, about the Battle Pass and a couple of changes that have been made as of sort of last night, stroke this morning, depending on which country you're in. And, of course, about the wingman and quickdraw as well. So let's get into it. Now, before I do remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. Right, well, let's get into the pass first. So, basically, for Season 7, I'm sure that the ones that are more aware of what's going on, especially on Reddit, Twitter, and all the sort of social media sites, a lot of people kind of complained about the Season 7 pass. Can I honestly blame them? No, absolutely not, because, being honest, it was absolutely a massive change, and honestly quite terrible, because it's going to become a big grind. Now, this is kind of the update stroke what my thoughts are with it. So basically the update is that, listening to some feedback, they then decided that yes, the 10,000 XP for one battle star is clearly very high level and quite a lot, so they reduced it down to 5,000, and they're going to make the weekly challenges a little bit easier for people to complete, which is a positive thing. I mean, I think we all kind of want to play the game. I mean, none of us really want to just play challenges, and I remember kind of like commenting on one of the YouTube videos I watched about it, and said, well, it kind of reminds me of Fortnite, because Fortnite is very challenge based and you really don't get to enjoy the game too much or do anything else. Now, to me, I like to be able to do challenges. I enjoy them sometimes, but I like to have that option as to when and where I do them. And if I don't need to do some of the challenges I really don't like, then that's a good thing, and I'm sure that there's a lot of players out there who feel exactly the same. Now, my personal feelings on the sort of Battle Pass so far is that, this star-based system, personally, I don't like it. And the only reason being really is because why change something that was more successful or was quite successful in the previous past? Yes, so people who played it really a lot and had spent a lot of time on the game, yeah, they did complete the pass a lot quicker than the rest. And some it was a bit of more of a grind, but not ridiculous. Because I don't think anyone kind of wants to commit to just playing one game, never having time to do any others, never being allowed to play any other games, or just doing other things, because let's face it, real life does get in the way. We just find that, like with anything, we're always going to not have 24/7 to just play one game, and it feels like they really want you to commit to hours and hours and hours of playing to just about scrape past the pass. Well, of course, a lot of people complained, so it's a positive change as regards to them changing it. Some people felt that they were kind of doing it on purpose, and then they would sort of moderate it, but getting away with the change. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Respawn and EA have done this on purpose? Or do you think that this was just genuinely a misunderstanding? They tried something new and they kind of missed the mark, and they're then now trying to improve it? There are definitely mixed opinions, and I'm kind of 50-50 on it, because I think that one of the big things that I have noticed is, of course, and a lot of people commented on it, was the fact that, they wanted people to buy battle stars to upgrade and level up the pass, and it does make a lot of sense. Now, you are talking about things like where they haven't even got the audio recorded yet for the quickdraw hop-up, so it just says, got a hop-up here, that's it. So, obviously little things like that are much more necessary in the game. I know it's probably difficult given the times, but still. And also, changes within the game, balancing and things like that. Lag for PS4, like I mentioned before, and maybe, PC and Xbox, if they're experiencing that same thing badly or not too great. So what are your guys' thoughts on the Battle Pass? I mean, do you think that, it's really, good? Are you happy with the skins and the free stuff that we're getting? Did you think that, maybe the sort of the requirements to level up is still over the top? Personally, I play quite regularly when I'm able. Probably do put in the time, especially because you're making content and kind of just trying to get new videos and things. I probably do, try and play almost every day. I mean, there are days when definitely I don't, because let's face it, it's just too much for anyone to do. But I do try and play, even if it's for an hour, even if it's played for half an hour, whatever. I do try and do as much as I can, and I do see even me struggling with the pass, especially depending on the kind of challenges. There was one I heard of that had 50 kills with a P2020, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm never ever going to do that one if that ever is a challenge that I get. same as Mozambique. I mean, 50 kills for a weekly, even if you get that at the start, maybe, but you know, at the end of a season, you just have absolutely no chance. So I mean, that's my thoughts on the Battle Pass so far. I think that there are still some improvements that they can be made. I mean, they could just revert it back to the old way. I mean, being honest, I felt like that would be the most common sense thing. I can see that they're trying some things differently, and they want to make it feel like a new season, some changes and things like that, which is great, but I do think that this is probably the wrong direction slightly to actually go in, and I think that there were changes regarding legend balances, weapon balances. They hit some, they didn't hit some, you know. I mean, is the Hemlock really any different? Not really. It does a bit of less damage, but it's still a very good gun. I don't mind that so much, but, you know, there are things that need changing, such as the legend meta, and the buff to Mirage and Octane is just absolutely horrific. Why did they even bother? If they're going to do definitely a buff, it needs to feel like a buff, which it really doesn't. So let me know if you've come across that and what you think as well. Now, coming into the wingman then, which is the next part. So something that I do really like for this particular season, I'm not a wingman user, as you can kind of see, because of the fact that I'm missing a lot of shots. I am not someone who usually ever uses the wingman. Now, truthfully, the only reason that I actually was using it here was two reasons. One, I did find the quick draw hopup, or Viper did, so I was able to actually give that a test, which I really wanted to do. But also I had a wingman challenge that had 700 damage with a wingman and 5 knockdowns as well for a weekly, I believe. Now, it kind of gave me an incentive to give it a try, and actually I was really surprised in the fact that I found it to be absolutely very fun to use. Now, I did miss some shots. I need a lot more practice with it. I plan to jump in the firing range with a friend a bit later and try and get better with it, but I do see this and maybe the Volt or an Eva as a gun that I'm going to pick up more. Probably the Volt if I find it, you know, because it's a better SMG, as you can sort of see in the footage below. This kind of seems to be a gun that just a gun combination, because the quick draw enables you to, of course, aim down sights or ADS quicker, and of course enables you to you know, like anything, of course, whip out a Volt, shoot them, and finish off someone as well. Now, you can sort of see, I mean, I do steal someone's kill, but I'm not going to complain because, you know, that's the way it is, and if someone else could do that, absolutely. Now, one thing that I'm sure that a lot of you know, but again, I always feel that there is some that don't. The race didn't seem to quite know what to do, and we made her back off quite easily, and there was someone who was already downed by the previous person I killed. I shot them, I get the kill for it. So, you know, if you do get an opportunity like that, shoot someone. I mean, I'm not saying thirst for the kills all the time, but, you know, if you do get the opportunity, absolutely fine. But the strafe speed, the sort of like the quick draw, sort of like hop up, is really satisfying to use. And one thing I find with it as well is it's very satisfying when you do actually hit your shots. Now, again, I am still working on that, but, you know, it is good for sort of like keeping your movement better, because, you know, aiming down sights with, say, like an assault rifle or kind of like certain guns, you do tend to kind of stay as a stationary target, whereas kind of like a pistol doesn't really make you do it. Now, I do admit here that I lost confidence in what I was doing. I then tried to back off and I got shredded, and I probably should have just stuck it out and just tried to kill them. Luckily, Viper was there to cover me, does his dome shield as Gibby, and of course managed to survive. Now, looting is still a little bit questionable. I'm trying to get better on that as well, and yeah, that nearly got me killed admittedly. And of course, one thing I would definitely recommend to do is to charge up your shield first over a med pack, because if the other team had have pushed, then of course it's better to have a shield battery done, which takes 6 seconds, rather than a med pack that takes 10. Hey, and also reload your gun. Yeah, a couple of little things that you know, like little things I was looking at going, oh wow. But as a whole, hop up is really good. So although the battle pass is questionable, and I hope that there are going to be improvements, definitely I am thinking that the wingman is going to be a gun that I see myself using a bit more, just to try and get better with it. It's a gun that I've always toyed around with here and there, but I've always gone back to the known, always gone back to the guns that I feel, and it's just nice to use something different. And like the map layout, I think it really is good for guns like the wingman. I'm particularly happy with this bit. I know that they were body shots, but but I did get an elimination, and I was really happy that I managed to get yet another kill. I think I did my challenge on this one, but I did actually enjoy using the gun, so it is something that I do plan to use in the future. So, I mean, do let me know. I mean, are you guys, you know, like using the wingman? If so, what guns are you using it with? Have you tried out the quick draw hopup? You know, how are you finding that? I mean, are you someone who's enjoying that kind of thing, or are you just finding yourself stick with the same guns and kind of not really straying away from what you already know? It is hard to do. I think we all kind of find that, you know, there are guns that we are very confident with, we feel better, and we don't really kind of want to, you know, like anything, use different guns when maybe it won't get us the win or the kills, or when we know a gun that we're very comfortable with. And I can understand that. I mean, like, I tried using the R99 over the Volt, and truthfully, the Volt is a lot better still in regarding superiority. So, although I do plan to do a video and sort of showcase that a lot more, of course, like anything there, I would say that it is a gun that is very good. Same as the wingman. Regarding positional, I like to try and change position. I think the wingman kind of encourages you to move around more. So again, I'm always trying to keep moving about, keep being hard to hit. Try and be a hard target. It always helps. It's not always going to win you every fight, but it's definitely going to help. And regarding the sort of the map layout, it is a lot more open as well. So that is the main parts of the video. The only other things that I will say is, of course, is I have set up a club now. It was a little bit of a pain. I'm not going to lie. I sort of found it a little bit awkward. For some reason, it didn't want to actually do it. But for anyone who is interested, basically, Viper came up with the name sort of Apex Meridian, and I added 44 to it as well, just for my tag. And then literally it's got a sort of picture of Arthur the Raven, because of course I usually do use Bloodhound quite a lot. But the code is AM44 if you are searching it. If you are interested in joining and being part of the club, then as I say, the sort of player base is invite only. So of course, you know, do let me know if you're interested, and of course I can get you an invite, you know, get you joining, because, you know, I mean, like, I think we're all in the same position that we all want active players. Yes, I get to play with like Viper and you know, GHD a lot, but you know, it is always nice to have other people, and you know, I'm always open to play with different players, because you know, sometimes my friends aren't about, I might log on, and it is nice to be able to play with different people, and I'm sure that they feel the same way. So I think that will be very, very interested. So if you liked the video and you found it enjoyable, interesting, fun, do let me know. A like does help me out by that, but I mean, comments as well always are a good thing. If you do want to subscribe and help me towards the target of 100 subscribers before the end of 2020, absolutely amazing. It's something I'm still working on. It's going to take its time, but hey, I'm getting there slowly, and of course all I can do is keep making videos, keep making good content, and hopefully, you know, people will notice and sort of say, yeah, that's actually not a bad video, quite enjoyed that, it was quite fun. But yeah, so let me know what you think about the Battle Pass. Do remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. But otherwise, I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.